Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Kevin Miller, and today I'll be speaking with James Freed, Port Huron City Manager. Today's show is sponsored by Semco Energy Gas Company. James Freed, our guest on Spotlight. James, a lot going on in the city of Port Huron, so let's launch right in. Let's start on the south end with what's happening, and I'm really proud of what the city's done from a park standpoint. Now you've got another venture going down there, too, to just make an amazing intersection there of 24th and Electric. Tell us what's going on in the south end.
Well, thanks for having me today. So if you look at the city as a whole, everyone talks about downtown, and we have this amazing, vibrant downtown with these amazing resurgent neighborhoods and these really core neighborhoods. I've always held the belief that the most underutilized portion of the city, and the most promising portion of the city, was the South Park area. In the Connor Street corridor. There's a lot of potential there. You have beautiful waterfront views, and you also have some already key assets already down there. You have some restaurants down there, you have some businesses, you have the Moose, which is the nicest moose in the entire United States. I think it ranks actually number 5 in the entire United States. We also see some major developments going on. So we have a $14 million senior living facility that will be built up around Lake Huron Medical Center. That will be about 54,000 square feet of new construction. We also have a new multi-million-dollar harbor being built in the old Screw Company right there in the end of Connor Street. And so when you have that clustering of restaurants and bars, a harbor and destinations, there's really opportunity there to begin developing more and more and build on those assets. We call them snowballing assets. We collect these assets. And so what we want to do is, how can we bring in that neighborhood? And the one thing that's nice about the South Park neighborhood is it's real close and it's very engaged. The South Park neighborhood is engaged in their community. They want to have a voice in their community, and they really believe in their neighborhood, and they take great pride in their neighborhood. And so we worked with experts to say, what is the best mode to achieve some of these infrastructure goals we want to do? Walkability, some nice pathway lights and street lights, interconnectivity between the parks down there. You have beautiful South Park and Lincoln Park with this business district. How do you enhance the business district? And so what we've drawn upon the conclusion was a neighborhood improvement authority, which is essentially a TIF, a tax increment financing organization, which will allow us to capture tax growth and reinvest that tax growth into that specific section of the city, into infrastructure. And the reason for it is we're kind of like gardeners. You know, the city and government, we don't create jobs, we don't create entrepreneurs, we don't create businesses, we don't create prosperity. What we can do is we can garden. We can create the infrastructure, the roads, the sidewalk, the interconnectivity to let those things flourish and grow. So we're really focusing on deploying this neighborhood improvement authority in the next 6 months, begin the collection, and then start working with those neighborhood stakeholders who will run the authority. It'll be actually people who live in that neighborhood will sit in the authority and say, okay, what is your vision? What is your vision for the future? What is your hope for the future? What do you want? What kind of neighborhood do you want your kids to grow up in? And what is it going to take to achieve that? And that will be the goals and the objectives of the tax increment financing capture to fund those objectives and make sure they come to reality. And that's really about, that's what it's about. We take vision, we get those visions into proposals, and then we act upon them and execute.
Having known you for years and known what was in your heart about parks, one of the things I think I'm most proud of in the city of Port Huron is what you and others have rallied around to do for parks. And you've gotten grants and lots of people to input. But I know there's future of what you're looking for. Yeah. So give us a little hint on what's happening in the future with parks.
So it's not just what I believed, what the council believed, it's what the citizens believed. In 2017, they passed a $1 mil park millage dedicated towards park funding. For every dollar of that park millage, we have been able to leverage that to $3 to $4 of federal, state, and private philanthropy grant funding. So we have been able to take our $500,000–600,000 a year and turn it into $3 to $4 million every year for the last couple of years. And so we have invested in, you see, Lincoln Park, the new playground, Haynes Park, Palmer Park, Gratchett Park. We're going to be doing Pine Grove and Sanborn. Then we went into the neighborhood parks, like the 13th Street Park. If you look at the Mansfield Park, into these neighborhoods, these little neighborhood parks. And the reason for that is that this is about placemaking. And so for every dollar we invest in quality parks and recreation, that raises the home values around those parks. And studies have shown that vibrant parks and recreation are directly connected to economic impact in the community. So people want to live and work and play in their community. And so we want to make sure that every single child in this city is within walking distance to a safe, viable outdoor space and play space, an innovative play space. If you look at the playgrounds we're putting in, they're not your typical slides and and what do you call them, monkey bars. These are really innovative play spaces. I mean, you look at some of them, there's something you see at Cedar Point. And my daughter, we could take them to all the playgrounds, and she's got a nickname. Palmer Park's the Purple Park. Haynes Park is the Ninja Park because it's like the Ninja Warriors game. Optimus Park is the Orange Park, and the Lincoln Park's the Ship Park. But that's an amazing experience for our kids to have. And that's why people want to live in our community. That's why you see our population growing. That's why you see our neighborhood, our home values are going up. People are moving into the homes. Our rental rates are down because people want to be homeowners. And so this is really about investing in our neighborhoods and our people. And let's be honest, we're a blue-collar working community. Yep. A lot of families in the summertime, they can't afford to go to Disney World. So that neighborhood park is that Disney World for that child. And it's where they make their memories. I think about when I grew up, all the parks I played in. I had amazing memories growing up playing in local city parks. We want the next generation to have just as good as memories, if not better. And so this is an investment. It's amazing the vote yes on the millage. How many senior citizens voted yes? They don't have kids.
They understand.
They're empty nesters.
Yeah.
But they wanted their grandkids and that next generation to. So our seniors out there who voted yes in higher numbers, it's just amazing that they made that investment into their community. And I often call these parks our love notes to the community, right? So when these kids grow up, they're going to see these vibrant parks, and they're going to see everything that was invested into them, and it's a love note. It's saying this community loves you, this community cares about you, and we did so much that we invested in this place for you to have.
Well, if you come back tomorrow, we'll talk about downtown.
Absolutely.
And get more into what's happening there and what's happened there. Thank you, James.
Excellent.
And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.